After Alexander passes, the Diadochi era starts. If you want to know more about it, I explained it in more details in another video. I'll make sure to link it in the caption. By the way, hi, I'm Sole, and I love to talk about history in ancient languages. Now, who are the characters that we're actually dealing with? First off, we have Ptolemy. I should actually call him Ptolemy I, because he was the most successful of the Diadochi, and he managed to establish a dynasty that would rule over Egypt for centuries to come. The Ptolemaic dynasty, from which descends Cleopatra. I made a video about her. I'll make sure to tag it in the caption. Ptolemy I, also known as Ptolemy Soter, was a close friend of Alexander and also one of his most trusted generals. After Alexander passes, he swiftly makes his move. He takes his body and he brings it to Alexandria in Egypt. Here he builds a majestic tomb to celebrate him. And by the way, this was entirely strategic, because by having the body and by placing his celebratory place in Alexandria and proceeding to then build his power and build his kingdom in Alexandria, he establishes some sort of connection between himself and Alexander and aims to proclaim himself and show himself as the legitimate Diadoco, as the legitimate successor of Alexander the Great. As I said before, whatever the plan, it worked out wonderfully, because he really is the most successful of all of them, and the Ptolemaic family rules over Egypt for 300 years. Not only he is successful to establish a strong rule, a strong power over Egypt, but he manages throughout the years to expand his territory. He incorporates Cyprus, Cilicia, Cyrenaica, and Judea, really this territory here. He was a warrior, he was a general, but he was also a patron of the arts. The famous Library of Alexandria, which had been funded before by Alexander the Great, becomes the center of culture and the center of the academic world. After his death in 283 BC, so he actually lives a pretty long life too. His son, Ptolemy II, very original I know, succeeds him as king of Egypt. As we said before, their dynasty rules over Egypt for 300 years until the Romans come along, but that's a different story. If you're interested to know more about that and the Battle of Azio in 31 BC, just let me know in the comments and I can talk more about that. This was character number 1. If you want to learn about the other Diadochi, make sure to check my next videos. These are still my very first videos on this app, so I hope you enjoyed them. And if you did, give me a follow. If you have any question or any requests, just let me know in the comments.